February 2nd, 2026, 7 p.m. This is meeting number 5333. Will the clerk please call roll?
Mayor Daniel Pope,
Here.
Commissioner Michael Burns,
Here.
Commissioner Rick Sowers,
Here.
Commissioner Chuck Taylor,
Here.
Commissioner Jeff Reiner.
Here.
Tonight we'll have invocation by Ada Bogart from the Fort Dodge Soldiers Home.
Father God, we come to you now thanking you that we live in Dodge, that I live in Dodge City. It's a privilege and an honor. I thank you for the men and women that dedicate their lives to help us to run the city. And I ask for your continued guidance and direction as we start this new year. Give them fresh ideas and new ways to provide the funding for the projects that they desire to do. And we just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would seek a motion for the approval of the agenda.
Your Honor, I'd make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. At this time, we have no petitions and proclamations. We'll move to the visitor section. Limit of 5 minutes per individual, 15 minutes per topic. Final action may be deferred till the next city commission meeting unless an emergency situation does exist. Anybody in the audience? Seeing none, I'll seek a motion for the consent calendar.
Your Honor, I make a motion we approve the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. We have no ordinances or resolutions. No unfinished business, so we'll move into new business. First up is the approved purchase of 1,248 trash carts for the sanitation department. Report by Ryan Reed, Director of Administrative Services.
Excuse me. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I'm here tonight to request approval for a batch of new carts for sanitation. These are the toter carts that we've been using for some time now and come before you, I think, once a year usually. These carts do hold up well in our weather and match the existing fleet. And this batch is unusual from the prior batches that I've presented because we're getting kind of a double batch, or we're asking for kind of a double batch. It's got 624 of the grass carts and 624 of the trash carts. And the total is $70,544, which is comparable per unit to last year's prices. And this is a budgeted purchase. Do you have any questions for me tonight?
Your Honor, I move to approve purchase of 1,248 carts for sanitation for $70,544.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve 1,248 carts. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll have approval of Dodge City Raceway Park Maintenance Projects. Report by Kevin Israel, Director of Construction and Facilities.
Evening. So a little background on the Raceway Park pits. We've had issues with the water lines there for several years now, and we think we're at the point, or we know we're at the point where it's better just to go ahead and have those replaced versus keep fixing those. It's getting pretty expensive just to do those repairs. And at the same time, we would like to do some electrical upgrades, which was budgeted in 2026. So the water lines, we would like to put in new mains and upgrade from the 3/4 inch hydrants to the 1 inch hydrants and install a water truck fill station. And on the electrical upgrades, figured it'd be a good time to make that upgrade now, being that we already are tearing that part of the pits apart. We'll add more pedestals with extra 50 amp receptacles and 20 amp receptacles. It's the demand for the new rigs, the newer rigs that they use down there, has increased quite a bit. We plan on having sufficient capacity for future growth if we need to. And then obviously go back and replace all the concrete. The expense for this is $98,230. Water lines are $41,030. The electrical will be $37,700, and the concrete replacement would be $19,500. CFAB and County Commission have approved this earlier today. Let's see if there's any questions.
Will this take care, are there low spots by the hydrants, or are those drains? Because I know there was a couple spots out there that the ground sunk.
Oh, so probably from all the leaks that we had, there was some subgrade loss there, but we'll fix that with this project.
And that's just from the hydrant.
Or the breaks in the line. Most of it we think is from water hammer from filling the water trucks with the fire hydrant. So putting in the overhead fill station would prevent that from happening too.
Kevin, is the low voltage requirements out there are pretty scarce. The last time we had to trench into some areas, or do you have the ability to lay some PVC, cap
yeah.
it off while you're in there? Because at some point in time, I mean, the speaker poles are put out there for 15, 20 years now. They're probably going to be one of your other projects on your list. While you got this ground open, it
Yeah.
might be worthwhile to drop some PVC
Yeah,
in there.
that'd be pretty minimal too.
Yeah. Just for future. I don't think we need it right now, but I know they were having some problems with some of the poles out there, with some of the wires, speaker wires. Yeah, and that's because it's been, well, originally when the asphalt cracked, that's where the wire got laid, and then they put a little silicone over the top of it.
Yeah, we can
I
put
mean,
in some extra
that's-
conduit.
That's what we kind of ran into. That's how it was ran.
I think
So,
it's probably only 400 to 600 feet of conduit to do that, which would be pretty minimal. So,
might be worth a stab at least.
Yeah,
Putting
we
some
can-
blank stuff in there at least.
that wouldn't be a problem.
You don't need to get very many wires, probably 1, 2 at the most.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the recommended repair work at Dot City Raceway Park in the amount of $98,230.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Next up, we have approval of a bid from American Airworks self-contained breathing apparatus compressor, Cascade bottles, and a fill station. Report by Bradley Hines, Fire Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. So I'm after the approval for a new SCBA compressor at Station 1. It's an American Airworks. It's from Weiss Fire and Safety. That's who we bought our last one from, and it's down at Station 2. And the reason I'm going with them is because they'll service both of our compressors at the same time. We've been looking at, we looked at a lot of the other ones, but this company will come in and test our quality of our air and service them both whenever we need to. They're out of Salina. So the cost for this new compressor would be $56,268.70. So we budgeted with $120,000 for it. We looked at this in like roughly 2020, and they told it pretty much it was anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 for one of these. So this one's coming in under budget, and like I said, they can service it, and they do not sell the exact same brand that we bought in 2017, the one at the South Station, but they still still sell products like that. So in 2020, when we looked at this, we didn't have enough money in the budget. So the Ford County Fire was selling theirs, and so we bought their Bauer brand, and it worked for us till last year, more or less 2025, and now we're having a hard time getting anybody to work on it since we didn't purchase it through them, and so it's just time. We utilize both of them often, so I'm asking for the approval for the $56,268.70 for the purchase of a new SCBA compressor for Station 1. It'll be the compressor, the cascade system, the fill station, and then there's a 100-foot hose that goes along with it, and it goes and it fills our cascade system on our ladder truck is why it's there. So, if you have any questions, I can answer them.
Questions?
Where'd you had 120,000 budgeted.
Well, when in 2020, when Chief Spencer was here, they told we didn't have enough money for it when they were looking. It was anywhere from 80 to 120,000 for these. And one of my bids, it is 96,000.
Okay.
So it's went down a lot. I've actually looked at this bid. It is low. Like, it surprised me. I had another captain look through it to make sure I wasn't missing something. Everything's in the bid that we can tell. I mean, so.
It's
I don't
supply
have a
chain
good-
issues in 2020, though.
What's that?
When we were bidding this kind of stuff out in 2020, there was a lot of supply chain issues.
That could have been a lot of the reason the
Yeah,
price was
and
so
the price
high.
was just high.
So like I got like 3 other bids, and they were around 75, and then one was 96. So they are higher. They can be higher.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the purchase from Weiss Fire and Safety Equipment for an American Airworks self-contained breathing apparatus compressor, cascade bottles, and a fill station for a cost of $56,268.70.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have 14th Avenue and US Highway 50 intersection improvements. Report by Tanner Rushman, City Engineer.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Tonight I'm presenting the feedback we received from KDOT on the 14th Avenue and US 50 intersection improvement project. As you'll recall, in August of last year, you approved design contract with Olson to design the improvements at the 14th Avenue intersection and US 50. And the first part of that design process, we were going to look at run a traffic study on the current and projected traffic volumes at that intersection, which was previously done by Trans Systems in their 2021 traffic study for the high school or the Red Demon Drive intersection. And so Olson reran the numbers, and we're looking to see if what Trans Systems recommended as a preferred intersection improvement for a traditional widening would in fact handle the projected future traffic volumes at 14th, and they compared it with an alternative that was a continuous flow intersection. Through that study, they did determine that a CFI at 14th and US 50 would operate with lower average delay at the signal for everyone using it. They gave a presentation December 15th in a work session showing the traditional widening and the CFI alternate. And you gave us direction to still work with KDOT because we had to present it to KDOT as well, get their buy-in. So we provided KDOT all the information that they requested, the traffic study produced by Olson, and then the concept for the CFI. And through their review and subsequent conversations we had, a meeting we had with them, with traffic engineering at KDOT, access management with KDOT, and District 6 engineers, they felt that they would not object to the improvement at CFI, and they had no concerns about it at the time. So they basically gave their blessing that if we wanted to move forward with the CFI option, that they would not object to it. But I'm here tonight to kind of get your feedback and what direction we could give Olson to move forward with design, whether we do a traditional widening at just adding lanes or pursue this alternative continuous flow intersection alignment.
So the CFI design, Mr. Tanner, so this would be the only one out in this part of the country, right?
Yes. There's currently only one in the state, I know.
And they got all the bugs worked out of it.
It's a little bit different because it has multiple legs that have crossovers, where this location would only have one crossover on the south leg. But they are successful, and they are being implemented throughout the country. And there are some lessons learned with the CFI intersection in Olathe.
I was just curious what a permit to sell popcorn out there by that intersection would be.
So Tanner, the Chevron lanes, like on the 14th northbound,
On the traditional,
no, on the CFI.
That's the tradition.
Oh. Okay, sorry. That's your traditional. Never mind. Those look like they could have been double lefts if you
yes,
wanted
they
to.
were set up that way, yep.
Okay.
You know, one of the reasons why we kind of gave Olson this direction to start with the traffic studies, we know from experience what the delays that we see at the 14th and Ross Boulevard intersection, and we know that there's even more cross traffic with the highway than you have on Ross. So we just know there's more traffic, and we just wanted to be able to handle that added traffic at the intersection. And we weren't sold that a traditional widening could do that for us. And you could see from, Olson saw from the results that it was true, that it wouldn't quite handle it as well as a CFI.
You got the signage under control?
We're working on it. Olson they constructed that one recently in Nixa, Missouri, south of Springfield, and they had some additional advanced warning, and we could potentially take it a step further if we wanted to make sure that people are realizing what lane they need to get in advance of the highway intersection.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've talked to some friends who have been to the only one in Kansas, they were thankful to see other cars enter what's going on here before they went in, and it made them feel a little bit better about what was going on. Do we ever envision any type of retail expansion happening on the south side of the corridor, and how might this traffic design impact it?
It definitely pushes the access south, but, you know, I don't know that I would, even with the traditional widening, I wouldn't want an access that close to the highway either. So I would say that they're similar in impacts to that site in the southwest corner.
So the IDOCS building, you've got no ability to come out and turn southbound out of that facility at all, do you?
You wouldn't with either option.
Yeah,
You can go on to, what is that? Nate
Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Come back.
either option.
Then you have Fidelity on that side. I mean, they won't have access from cars going south if they ever did anything there.
One thing that we could consider is allowing U-turns at the south end of that median. Of course, we'd have to look at it from a traffic standpoint, but that's something that we could look at as well.
Confusions added on
Well,
top
we know
of
that-
U-turns this
we
year.
know that-
You may have that happening anyway.
We know that we're going to have to consider it on the north leg. If
Yeah.
somebody doesn't get in the turn lane and they go through but they were wanting to turn left, so they could make a U-turn on north of the intersection to come back south and turn right.
I guess with this on like front view, I mean, do you start doing that now and getting, you know, Bartell Trucking and some of them other businesses, you know, and reconstruct that road back behind all of them to accommodate for
Well-
this going forward?
Well, we don't anticipate that traffic coming over to 14th.
Right.
Because we will also, I foresee that median on the north leg extending beyond north of Country Acres. So there shouldn't be any northbound lefts there, because we don't want people shortcutting the highway and the intersections on the highway to get to the high school.
Right.
Because they could potentially go up to Country Acres, turn left, and then come back down to Front View, and then eventually out to the highway, circumventing the signals and, you know, cutting through the neighborhood there. So we want to avoid that cut through traffic through that neighborhood. But Country Acres is already on our radar for reconstruction here in the next probably 2 years because it got beat up quite a bit in the construction activities for the residential development there next to the high school.
Anything else?
I think you're gonna have to mark it more than once a year, maybe. Like we traditionally mark right before Dodge City Days, at least for a while.
Well, we'll actually have physical signs out there too.
Yeah.
That will help. Those wayfinding signs are those, we foresee an overhead, almost like a simple traffic signal and pole and arm overhanging the road with signs on them over each lane.
Turn here. Siri.
But also we foresee additional paint, maybe it's a highway shield or something on the pavement as well. US 50 West and getting this lane with the highway shield on it as well.
Have you had conversations with the property owners in this area as to what this is gonna?
No. Well, I mean, not really conversations. Southwest or southeast.
You talked to Southwest?
Yeah, to the southwest. And I'm meeting with them again Friday with the full board.
And I just wondered, because, I think there's some things that are going to be happening on the northwest corner before those change hands. We may want to have a conversation.
Yeah, we will. I don't see any way to keep that access right there off Front View onto 14.
The property there on the northwest corner, they were made aware that we were going to be doing improvements, and it may affect the drive off of 14th.
Yeah.
So.
I wasn't worried about Front View as much as just as you cross over the highway, and you're heading north, their access would still be.
Right. True.
I was just getting at, just Bartell's, with them having the trucking, making sure they can make
Right.
the turns and we're not having.
Yeah, we actually don't want them coming in that way. We want to make
Yeah.
them, access that facility via Red Demon Drive.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Austin's, I don't know how big a delivery truck they get, but
Okay.
just.
Yep.
I guess that's the nice thing about design. They can think through all these
Yes.
issues.
Anything else?
No more questions, but I don't want to make the motion.
Since you said that, you have to.
Your Honor, I would make the motion to approve the design of 14th and US Highway 50 intersection with Olson in the amount of. Is there an
Doesn't
amount?
have an amount.
Nope,
It
no
just
amount?
approved the preferred
CFI.
CFI intersection design is what we're approving tonight.
So move.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Tanner. Next up's the approval of a quote for repairs to the irrigation system at the South Wastewater Treatment Plant. Report by Ray Slattery, Director of Engineering.
Mayor and Commissioners, tonight I'm asking your approval of the quote from High Plains Farm Equipment to repair several irrigation valve banks and some other related work at the South Wastewater Plant irrigation system in the amount of $82,590.25. Towards the end of last irrigation season, it was discovered that several irrigation valve banks were leaking and not able to perform as desired. Some other leaks were also found, and there was some other equipment that was needed to be repaired. Representatives from High Plains Farm Equipment met with our farmer partner and to look over these items. From this meeting and with consultation with city staff, High Plains Farm provided the attached quote to perform the necessary repairs for the irrigation systems. These components were installed in the mid-90s and have seen 30 years of use, and we're probably about due for some repair work anyway. Although the quote states replacing the valve banks or the vertical pots, risers, the valve bank replacements may be reconfigured. Either way, we want to make sure that we are able to maintain these in the future. Only one quote was requested from High Plains Farm to perform this work, as they are also the company that performs the annual sprinkler repair and maintenance on the individual systems at the wastewater plant irrigation project. They are familiar with how our system works. They also understand that this irrigation system is not a standard system or normal to other irrigation systems, and it is an extension of the wastewater treatment facility, and it needs to be operated in times when a standard system doesn't operate. This is a budgeted expense, or there was money budgeted for repairs to the irrigation systems out there. With that, I'd be happy to try to answer any questions you may have.
Are all those systems Zimatics? Or
No,
you got your
there is
collage of
there's some
different ones?
Valleys and some T&Ls and then some Zimatics, I believe. But High Plains tends to work on them all.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the quote from High Plains Farm Equipment for the repair of several irrigation valve banks and other work required on the South Wastewater Treatment Irrigation System in the amount of $82,590.25.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. We have no other business. Moving to staff reports. Nick?
I attended the IDFA conference, International Dairy Foods Association conference, and met with the representatives from Hillmar and also representative of the dairy farmers in Kansas, and so I've had a good conversation with them, make sure we were meeting all their needs, and it was pretty positive conversations that we had. But it's a good time to get our name out there. We, as part of the economic development in the city, sponsored a deep dive session that talked about regulatory environment in regards to the Dairy Association, and it was a good conference overall, and I think we had probably 250, 300 people that sat on the session when we presented, or not we, but when we were sponsoring the session. So overall, it's a good meeting, and glad we went. It definitely gets our name out there. A lot of people know that Southwest Kansas has become a dairy country, and it definitely helps for us to have a presence at those meetings.
Nicole? H? Alyssa?
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Just a couple of reminders for your calendar, and you also have an email on this, but next week, on the 10th, we will have our Kansas Open Meeting Act training for all of our advisory board members, and of course, you're welcome to come. We have 2 sessions, one at 12 and another at 5:30, and our very own city attorney, Paige Gilmore, will be providing that training, so we're excited for that. Then we've got the Chamber Banquet coming up on the 20th at 6 o'clock at Boot Hill Casino and Resort Conference Center. If you would like to attend that, please let me know. And then the Southwest Kansas Chambers Night Out in Topeka has been moved, and it will be March 2nd. And so you have an updated calendar now with that information, and we'll also start planning the legislative Western Kansas delegation trip. So thank you.
Donnie? Anyone else? All right. Move to executive session.
Your Honor, I move the City Commission recess into executive session pursuant to the exception found in KSA 75-4319B2. The justification for closing the meeting is to consult with an attorney on matters deemed privileged to the attorney-client relationship. The open meeting will resume in the City Commission chambers in 45 minutes at 8:15 p.m. The meeting will include all present commissioners, City Attorney Paige Gilmore, Director of Engineering Ray Slattery, Attorney Nathaniel Martins, and City Manager Nick Hernandez. The City Commission will not take action upon returning to open session and prior to adjournment.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 5-0. City